Welcome everyone to A Place Forbidden. This was the first game on the haunted PS1 demo disc that we ended up playing, and this is the full version. It's actually a free game. I don't think it's very long, so we may be able to finish the entire game in one sitting. We will take a look, and yes, let's take a look at our settings here. So here's the settings that I have now. I noticed that the game is a little bit. It does have some slowdowns from time to time. I don't know exactly what causes that, to be honest with you. I don't have a clue. There are some extras as well, such as the credits, of course. We gotta see the amazing credits. Here's all the credits of all the people who worked on it. Not too many people, but there's also just assets that have been used and such. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Well, also we can view the prologue as well, and we're just going to briefly, check out the prologue. We know what to do in the prologue. The prologue is essentially the one that we have seen. It is the one that was included in the haunted PS1 demo disc. So let's hop on into the prologue, shall we? The Library of Ouroboros. I'm finally here. It's almost anticlimactic. It stands so easily within its walls after all those years. If the rumors are true, the library contains knowledge beyond anything one might hope to find on Earth. Words of power, or occult learning, enough to transcend death. It will be mine, all of it. I just need to know where to look. So, we know what to do here because this was in the haunted PS1 disc here, so let us just start learning and reading here. A transcript. Okay, I've been having these nightmares, Doctor. I'm alone, but I don't feel alone. Not that I should. Rather, there's no one with me, but that's not to say there's nothing around. It's difficult to explain, but it is an uncomfortable feeling. Something drones low in the background all the while. I can hear snatching and whispers, but only just barely, like something is conversing with me just out of the range of hearing, just as something is watching just out of my sight range. Everything too still. It's wrong. I don't remember how I got here, and I can't figure out how to leave. Everything is all hallways upon hallways, shelves of books that look like they've never been opened. Almost all of them are still, and yet I get a feeling like I mustn't open any of them. Whatever I do, there's a pull towards them. Of course, the sense that I will learn more than I could ever hope to on Earth. But there's a danger, a vague, creeping danger. The feeling that something is very, very interested in every move I make. Who or what it might be. I don't know. I don't know if it wants to bring me in or if it wants me to leave. How does it end? Well, as I mentioned, there's no real way to escape. Every place I go leads to more rooms, but eventually, after a time, I don't really hear them so much as feel them. Look no further, look no further, look no further. And then I wake, and every time I feel farther from this world. To be honest, Doctor, I hope it's all my imagination. I hope I'm afflicted with some kind of mania, because a place like that can't exist, shouldn't exist, and it does. When I can only hope that no one else would be so unfortunate as to visit it. Okay, so that kind of gives us an idea what's going on here. Bibliographies, I've heard of none of these people. Good. We don't need to hear about any of those people. What's in the book? A partial history of the library. The Library of the Ouroboros wasn't so much built as it simply came to be. That much we've been able to glean from the early murky tales about a certain endless structure rich in occult knowledge. The first tale was penned by an unnamed Gaic mystic who compiled a variety of accounts from travelers complaining of strange dreams. Many of these travelers' accounts of the place were the same. Endless hallways of strange materials, magic devices that seemed to give off light or sounds without any visible source. But rarely were there many tangible details aside from these characteristics, the front of knowledge ringing the walls of the place. This, of course, changed in approximately 670, when the mystic was visited by a lone woman. She was reportedly wild-eyed, half-mad, and complaining of dreams much the same as her fellows. But she claimed that these dreams became reality, briefly, and then she, at one point, even visited that bleak place. She claimed to run into a dark atmosphere figure with a scorn of glowing red eyes. This figure apparently spoke to her, promising her black knowledge should be only pledged herself to it. Though the mystic asked how this woman escaped such a place, the woman gave him no explanation. In fact, she spoke no further, withdrawing from the mystic's hut to begin her traveling anew. She was never seen or heard from again. This testimony is hardly a concrete example of the library's existence, but it certainly makes one wonder. If tales like this could exist from the early days of modern man, what other truths could lie buried deep in the past? Should one be willing to tunnel through the cobwebs of years to reach the ancient tales hidden beneath? It says Gaelic is an Irish and Scottish. Okay, as in Irish and Scottish. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't really know too much about that. Okay, The Minister's Doom, Act 3, Scene 2. Okay, here's what I remember from the demo. Bernice enters, followed closely by the librarian. Bernice is breathless, looking both exacerbated and slightly excited. The librarian's expression is unreadable, as per usual. Bernice, but my husband will find out about us. He won't stay out forever. Librarian, I want to be sure, my dear, but still, we retire to the living room if we are to speak of such unpleasantness as your husband. Bernice's face breaks suddenly into a grin. She grabs the librarian's hand, taking him onto the couch beside her. Bernice, fine. Then, if you're to stay, I want to hear some of those secrets you've been talking about. You can't play me for a fool forever. Librarian, I would never claim to do such a thing, my dear. Would you care to hear how I can stop a human heart with but a word? Bernice, goodness, that sounds dangerous. It most certainly is. I wish to hear it. Then, of course, you shall. He leans close to Bernice, who closes her eyes as if expecting a kiss. But the librarian leans past her, whispering something in her ear. Bernice's eyes open wide. She gives a single jerk, a strangled groan, and goes limp, sliding off the couch. Too curious for her own good. He stands, reaching in one of his pockets to withdraw a single black case containing Bernice's wedding ring. Taking a cursory look around the living room, the librarian eventually focuses on a single point on the opposite side. The librarian crosses the floor, leaving his items, and turns to leave. As he does so, the scene darkens, leaving only a single spotlight to illuminate the stage. It is fixed on the small black case, which the librarian has decided to leave sitting atop the minister's writing desk. Pretty creepy there. Pretty creepy there. Okay. On the founder, they came to the domain a black canvas in the cosmos from places unknown and oldest time. They have existed since longer than man, longer than the sentient stones of longer than the cosmic forces that runs through all things. They have always been. They saw the ruin that coursed through the universe, the constant in and out flux of entropy, and with entropy went items of worth, and it was that worth that they sought to salvage. Not things, ideas, thoughts, power, intangible. Through the years, they reached for their power Through the years they reached, for their powers were immense. Through eons, they snatched up secrets, dark and light, but it wasn't long before it all became too much, even for those ancient. The remaining pages have been torn out of this book. In their place is a single piece of lined paper. For an untidy scrawl standing upon it is a red ink. The key is to go further could have been deciphered from the last word in each of the books, but I tore them out. I couldn't let anyone else go any deeper. Sorry, but trust me, it's better this way. As you close the book, you make out a single word scratched, not written, into the inner cover. Your predecessor must have missed it, or else it would have made the note. It would have made after the note was placed. And then the word is telephone. That's actually important there. Telephone. I think those are the books there. It's interesting that there's so much reading in this one. I don't think that the actual game has as much reading as the prologue does, which is surprising. Novels, science fiction, and fantasy, as well as a few stray romance novels. Yeah, we don't care about any of that. We don't take kindly to it either. Yeah. Section contains mostly horror novels. How droll. A few volumes stand out on math and physics, but the rest are from more obscure wings of science. Interesting, but not what I'm looking for. Books on philosophy, history, and a few stray encyclopedias. Not useful. Why would I leave? I only just arrived. Here's the Ouroboros eating his own tail, the symbol of eternal life. Locked. Darn, it's locked. Let me in. Okay, let's head back here. The door is immobile. I can only imagine what strange, archaic secrets lie beyond its varnished surface. I wonder indeed. Welcome message. From all our staff, welcome. We're glad you're here. We're sure you're aware the Library of Ouroboros is located in a picturesque part of Britain. Now we have a low location here. Atop a grassy knoll east of Sussex. Many rural townships, obviously barefoot of their own libraries, refer their villagers to the library. It is beloved by all. We hope you take your time pursuing our vast stories of literature, non-fiction, fiction, occult knowledge, cursed knowledge, words to melt the eyes of anyone who reads them, psalms of murder, and otherwise. You certainly have time enough, Bernard. You certainly have time enough. So now we know. We are Bernard. We were just reading about Bernard. Pick up our key. Brass key. Okay, now we must proceed. Now remember, this is the puzzle that I got stuck on last time. You remember that there was a puzzle in this room that I really got stuck on last time. Okay, there we go. Okay, besides, there was a mistake. The library wasn't in England. I found it in Germany City. Such a small town. Okay, I think I missed some text there, but as if I looked so plain, it might have hid from the rest of the world. Thank you. The text goes by a little bit too fast, and I think I missed a few lines, but it is okay. We'll just learn a little bit of backstory about the library. You're an avid reader, aren't you, Bernard? You can't read these books, but don't fret. They'll pave your road to new knowledge. If you're stuck, think of yourself like a cataloger or a librarian. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? The case toward the window seems a good place to start. So this is actually a clue to figure out this puzzle here. And I was like, how do you do this? I don't understand. So it says to be a cataloger or like a librarian. You want to count the number of books starting from this shelf here, okay? That's basically what you want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 5. 4, 6, 5, 3, it looks like. Okay. 4, 6, 5, 3. There we go. Finally, here's hoping that that's the last of the locks. Let's see. F to activate a flashlight. There you go, thank you. I mean, I remember like these blinds kept like changing before. It was like so weird. Screwdriver, thank you. I never felt threatened by a chair before. That's right. That chair is like so threatening. It's insane. I don't think there's anything in those drawers, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to use our screwdriver to open this up and enter this ominous hole. Let's listen to the sounds coming from this hole. We like holes that make sounds. Yes, we do. Okay, let's go in, Bernard. This is where things get a bit creepy. And this is also what's kind of weird. When you look out here, you see like the library. How is this possible? Like you see the fan right there where the eye is. That is like where a fan is. You see it like upside down. You see like the library all in this area. It's like you're looking down at the library. It's so bizarre. Can't see through this side. But here we go. Here's the hidden knowledge. The book that changes. This knowledge is so powerful. This book's knowledge is so powerful that one book has the whole entire universe in it. Picked up. You regret it. You regret it. You regret it. We must go. We must escape. Do not come after us. Something is wrong. I need to leave now. We must escape. Go. Something is scratching its way into my head. Oh no. What is that? There you go. Make sure nothing comes in.
Your mind is small. Your mind is fragile. A tiny fissure here. A little force there. No more, Bernard. We could make you a shambling husk. Make you walk these halls forever. But we see your curiosity, your potential. We have something more in mind for you. We think you'll like it.
Thank you for visiting our library. And there we go. That is the prologue for the game. Okay. Now we're gonna hop into the actual main part of it here. Just a moment. Let's see. Alright. So now that we kind of have like a bit of a backstory down there, there we go. Let's go ahead and hit start here. This sure as hell isn't my apartment. Indeed, it is not. And as I mentioned, this game, for whatever reason, the handle turns, but I can't open it. There is some slowdowns in this game, and I do not know why, which is just very, very bizarre. I don't think there's anything in these shelves. I mean, in those drawers, so I'm not going... This is the chair. I definitely didn't fall asleep in this chair. This is the threatening chair, after all. Huh. Okay. Visitors. Okay, so here's the different visitors who have visited this library, and then it just kind of gets cut off. It says Bernard White. Doesn't give a year, and then after that says V. Greetings, visitor. You're more than welcome to sign your name and the date of your visit in this guest book. Once you've done that, we welcome you to explore the library to your heart's content, so long as it isn't after closing. Once you've had your fill, please let yourself out. You'll find a key to the front door on one of the desks in the study. But now it actually underlines the important parts. What's this say? Doesn't seem to be working in this cold. Oh no. This seems like a very fair fight. Let's see how fair this is. Yeah, that seems fair, alright. I can't tell what's happening. Okay. Last I remember, I was sitting at home reading a letter from an old friend. But it's the strangest thing how I can't remember what it's about. Something. I also don't remember putting anything in my pocket, but I feel something. Got a notebook. Let's see. How do we access the notebook? Okay, I think I'm going to have to use the keyboard. I'm using a controller, but it doesn't seem to be... I can't access the notebook without... There we go. I have to press the button on my keyboard here. And the game's running 35 frames per second right now. It just lags at this part for whatever reason. It doesn't... That's what's crazy about it. It doesn't max out my GPU or anything. It just kind of, you know, does whatever it does in order to slow it down in whatever way. I have no idea. Okay. Let's see what this says. Room 1, you should really clean this place up. Don't lose the trash. Room 2, the room makes me wish I had something to vent to. So we have trash to clean up. We don't want to be sitting around here with some all that stuff. Room 3, I think I'm cracking under the strain. I had the strangest inclination to walk straight into a wall. Room 4, there's a secret path in the dark. Room 5, art can really be illuminating. And we have symbols here as well. Interesting. Okay, we're going to remember that. Remember to bring up our notebook. Broken. Well, I hear you typing on it. Oh, hey. This one's not working. Right. Hold to the touch. Yeah, this is a bit different, as you can see, because now there's like computers in this library. The tick fills up on blood. A pustule pulses on a dead dog's eye. Like those, your head shall burst. Like these, your head shall burst. Well, I hear a phone. And yes, we must all say hi to Roosta and Emmanuel. Emmanuel and Roosta. Very, very cute. Thank you. Doesn't move at all. Feels a little warm to the touch. A little warm, huh? Ah. Yep, there it is. A mobile phone. Incoming call. Unknown. Accept or deny.
Hello. Welcome to the Library of Ouroboros. We're glad that you've decided to visit our humble institution. Hopefully, you'll find what it is you're looking for. Please be informed that the library is closing. Since most of our staff are currently away, please lock the door on the way out. We hope you've enjoyed your visit.
Well, I guess we're gonna keep looking around. We have picked up a mysterious cell phone. Just kind of telling us to enjoy our stay here. Okay. Welcome message. Thanks for visiting the Library of Ouroboros. Thanks for visiting the Library of Ouroboros. Thanks for visiting the Library of Ouroboros. And thanks for coming. You can go now. But I don't want to... Get these lights on. There you go. I want to stay here forever. Oh, key. Thank you for the key. Anything else here? Got some more letters here. Ouroboros, a circular symbol. The snake swallowing its tail. A representation of the endless cycle of death and rebirth. Of wholeness, the infinite, and a certain kind of coining meaningness. I don't know what that word is. Some of these words, I have no idea what they mean. Never seen them in my life. Never put much stock in mysticism. But in this place, it's pasted all over the walls. Though to avoid that, last I remember I was on some occult website sitting on the farthest end of the internet, past the places that normally dissuade the less curious. Had just a little too much time on my hands. I remember falling asleep. Now I'm here. The library said that this place is the Library of Ouroboros. Remember reading something about that, but not what or where. If you're reading this, keep an eye out. Something isn't right. V. So we did see V. We did see V in the guest's book. Weird. Almost all the words are crossed out. And pages are stuck together. I can't open this any further. Okay, thank you. Well, that's what happens when you move your cursor out of the game. Welcome message. Peace be with you. We're glad you decided to join us. Despite its name, the library is open to people of all sorts of different faiths. With our vast traction of religious knowledge, modern, old, and otherwise, we're certain you'll find this place you seek. We know you've traveled far to arrive here, so please do rest. Keep an eye open in mind. Read to your heart's content, and we'll be sure you'll be provided for. One matter of note, we ask you not to linger after closing, or to descend too far into the library's bowels. Some of our books are quite old and very sensitive to the ingress of foreign temperatures and moistures. Thanks for understanding. What do we have here? It's trash. Trash. We gotta throw this trash away. There you go. Thank you. Ugh, it's more trash. Throw this garbage. I said throw this garbage away. Thank you. A long list of books and the dates they were checked out. Funny, none of them have the year listed, only months and days. The screen looks burnt out. Nothing happens when I press the button. Take out a blast from the past, almost the phone numbers, and 3 digits too short. We gotta find some more trash. Who lets all this trash here? Does it look like I want to be the trash man here? Sir? Piece of crap. You piece of crap. Ooh, that angers me. Ooh, that angers me big time. Pretty sure there's an achievement we can get or something when we throw away all the trash. You! Ah. Ah. Can I squeeze in here, please? Please? Thank you. Thank you. I got one. Please? Yes. Thank you. Okay. Ah. You must throw it gently into the garbage. Come on. Come on. How hard is it to throw garbage away, you know? There you go. Should not be that darn hard to throw away garbage. You! Wait. Ah, thank you. Oh no. Oh no. Ah.
I left something for you by the place where you arrived.
Is it more trash? Freaking more trash, isn't it? I bet you it's freaking more trash. Ah. Picked up forbidden knowledge, thank you. That's a little secret. A little secret. So can we, look at our... Does anything fill out here? No. Okay, so it has nothing to do with that, it looks like. Okay. Good to know, but that is a little secret thing. That is a little secret thing. This thing. What is this? A book for ants? It is. It is indeed a book for ants. Look at that little tiny book. Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Okay. A book for ants. I love it. Trash? Okay, I was about to say, is that trash? No. I'm pretty sure that whole thing that we just did is a little secret thing. You don't have to do it. But of course, we're going to try to get 100% here. You know, we're going for 100%. Okay. What's this thing? Okay. Very mature. We got another achievement. Ooh. So we're just making... Wait a second. We're just making more litter. We're just making a ton more litter here. I gotta keep doing it. Oh, okay, I think they're just respawning now. Maybe that's why it said, oh look, they're just disappearing. I just when I saw it disappear. There it goes. It's not when you're watching it. Not when you're watching it. Okay, okay. Okay, there's another door over here, right? There's multiple doors, actually. That one feels a little warm to the touch. Is this one open? The handle turns, but I can't open it. Okay. I guess we're just going through this door here. Okay. Yes, this is another... This can't be right. Indeed, it's the same exact room. Sir?
Hello. We'd like to inform you that the library is now closed. Note that it is unlawful to remain on the premises after closing. This is your one and only warning.
Okay, that is definitely a problem. That is definitely a problem because, as we know, they said not to be in here. Not to be in here when, you know, it's closing time. Well, time to spend some after hours photocopying our bootay. It's like, oh, don't mind me, guys. I'm just photocopying my bootay. Yeah, we have a password there. Are you freaking... Who keeps messing with this trash? Parts equal... Papers. Equal parts smudges and illegible. Okay, I don't like that sound. Did you hear that? This is very ambient. Do you see that right there? Look at that. That's that thing that was at the end. That's that thing that we didn't actually see it. It was after we finished the prologue. It showed something. Sir? Oh no. Oh no, what's this? Boom, we got a screw driver. Not plugged in. Still sparking. Strange. That is quite strange. I don't want to go over there. Should I go over there? I bet you that sucker is not gonna be there. Are you serious? More trash? Sir, are you littering? He's the litter bug, is what he is. And take more garbage to this. My gosh. Thank you. Wait, is this door open? Not budging. Darn. Is there more trash here? Too smudged to be legible. Scribbles, there's not real. Okay. This note is largely obscured by blood. You can make out only a handful of words. If one of the duster books fell apart in my hands, there were these arcane scribbles, feels. After I threw it away, still not quite right. Like something's watching. Oh, something was watching. Something was watching and we don't like it. And it litters. Are you freaking... There's more. There's more. That's right, that's right. Give me the garbage. Give me this. I saw more in the other room too. So I mean, this, more garbage. You on the library very early into my professorship. A student came to my office one spring afternoon with a stack of papers in her arms. She said that she's been having strange dreams of a place stretching forward and backward to infinity, dreams of hallways splitting into hallways, dreams of being lost in the intricate guts of some gigantic place that could not possibly exist. On the papers were crude sketches. She was no artist, she said, but something about the dreams had left such a vivid impression on her that putting what was in her brain to the page seemed her only option. She was clearly distressed. When I gently suggested that she visit the university psychologist rather than the resident ancient history professor, she violently shook her head, asking if I knew anything about something called a Ouroboros library, or perhaps a library of Ouroboros. It wasn't entirely clear. I told her the common knowledge around the symbol, taken from the Egyptians by the Greeks and from the Greeks by the medieval Europeans, a symbol in alchemy of death and rebirth and so forth. The student continued shaking her head all through my explanation until she suddenly cut me off. Those are too old, she said. The place from my dreams was modern. There was electricity, computers, but everything seemed ancient and stank out of dust and damp wood and something else. Please, don't you know of anything in recent times that may have stemmed from that idea? I confess that I hadn't, especially considering the size of the many niches of the modern world. She left without another word, leaving her drawings behind. Something about the conversation shook me. I looked through the crude drawings made in a shaky hand and saw in the familiar shape and designs an odd air of ominousness, like something at the facade of dark building and hearing the slightest scratching of things that shouldn't be just behind the stones. All very juvenile, though, and yet when I went home that evening, I brought the drawings. I couldn't help but to look more into what were discussed, into the library of Ouroboros. It was largely fruitless. I found many sites and articles on alchemy, the symbol itself on the public library in Ouroboros County, which was located somewhere in rural Wisconsin, but just as the hour crept past midnight, I found something. The slightest snatch of information at the bottom of the rabbit hole series of links. If you want to really find the rabbit hole, you don't want to be using Google. I'll tell you that. I will not repeat the website's domain out of my steps to arrive there for fear that someone might try to replicate what I did. But I will repeat what I found, because just as the student couldn't get the ideas from her head without drawing, I find I can't think of anything else, walking or sleeping. I hope this will help. The Library of Ouroboros, a kind of walking nightmare, arrived upon those who too curious for their own good. Rich in black secrets, rich in dark ideas lost in time, rich in languages from dead races on other planets. The fortunate die, the truly lucky, or perhaps the most unfortunate of all, become tenders for all time. Knowledge far more than any living being could ever hope to learn, without becoming a permanent, prematurely screaming stain on the face of space-time forever. None have left it unscathed. These are forbidden tombs that would prevent you from breathing should you merely touch them, and the tenders are beyond sanity and jealousy. Keep their terrible secrets. You've searched enough. This is your final warning. That night, I kept fitfully my dreams beset my images of a dark and dusty place, eerie of its supposed normalcy. I could almost feel things passing by just beneath the floorboards, within the walls. Oh, that must be what happened. Watching me. Every exit led to another room, nearly the same as the one before it. and out of the windows I saw only black. My dreams have been consistently disturbed since that night. So much so that it's hard for me to teach, so heavily preoccupied in my waking world. I hope this writing will be enough to put my mind at ease. One last thing, I've since tried to find the student who first contacted me to tell her what I learned. My hope was that I could be able to put her name at ease, or at least commensurate with her. But I haven't been able to find her. In fact, since the day she visited my office, her roommates haven't seen her, nor has anyone else, and I fear I might be next. So that is what's happening to us. I see. The Minister's Doom, Act 3, Scene 2. Bernice enters, following closely by the librarian. Bernice is breathless, looking both exacerbated and slightly excited. The librarian's expression is unreadable, as per usual. But my husband will find out about us. He won't stay out forever. I wouldn't be so sure, my dear. But shall we retire to the living room if you're to speak of such unpleasantness as your husband? Okay, so is this something that we've already read before? I do remember this. I want to hear secrets, right? I wish to hear it, of course. Too curious for our own good. Yeah. Yeah, we did read this one already in the prologue. Okay, thank you. More gabbage over here, isn't it? Give me that gabbage. This is a big old chunky piece of gabbage. Thank you. Okay. Chunk and dunk. Oh look, it's a little tiny lamp for the ants. Ah, the book for the ants is so amazing. What's this? Oh, we picked up forbidden knowledge behind there. Was that? We literally picked it up through the wall. We're supposed to use, I guess, pry that open with like the screwdriver or something. Did we? That was funny. Okay. Alright, I think we... What's this little thing? We want to get all the forbidden knowledge, obviously. Doesn't do anything though, like we can't actually... Okay, look, I think it is starting to form some of these words, if you notice. I think it is starting to form some words here. So that must be what the forbidden knowledge is. I don't know how much forbidden knowledge that there is, but I think we will find out, obviously. Time goes on. Scribbles is not worth, okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so we don't have the password yet. Although we do, let me look at our notebook again. This room makes me wish I had someone to vent to. I don't think we have a password yet. Let's look at this room. We haven't been back here yet. A kind slumber. I've been driving for miles and miles and miles. It's night. I'm tired, so tired. Been on the road for what feels like days. Oops. Don't like this constant moving. Never have, but it wasn't this bad when I was younger. couldn't sleep in the car while my parents drove. Now I don't have anybody to drive me. Two of them got too caught up in some of the darker parts of our world. A black library by our old house. They went in, never came out. They're why I can't sleep. Their book, what I remember without trying. I opened the dusty thing, sitting disused, and as I cleaned what I remained in the attic. Didn't even mean to, and yet here we are. These have been no other cars for my hours. There's been no other cars for hours. Okay, it's on my cars outside. This dark stretch of road, my truck, all I've known. As I drive among a halo of red and blue neon forms in my windshield. A bastion in the dark, a tiny diner. I'm not hungry. I'm not thirsty. Just tired. But all the same, I take the exit as it comes up, pulling into the parking lot between a beaten up jalopy and a truck that looks a lot like mine. I hardly feel the cold outside. I hardly feel anything. It's like being trapped in somebody else's body, and things don't feel like they fit right on my muscles anymore. The diner's just as cold as the outdoors, and hardly more inviting. The distressed red pleater of a bench of booths that should have been trash years ago, dirty tables, floors buffed into a mockery of cleanliness, empty, but for a man in a heavy coat in one corner and waitress in the other. The man is standing, the waitress is almost standing. They look like prize fighters about to square off, or they would if they weren't looking at each other. Instead, I couldn't see the man's face for his collar and hat, and the woman is looking at me. Seat, sir? I nod. What rough weather out, she says. Trying to smile, I take my seat. I can tell I look terrible. Do you know a place where I can get some shut-eye? I ask almost without realizing. I can't sleep, but maybe I can still try. Not a motel for miles. You can sleep at your table if you want, though. You don't even have to order anything. Thank you. I set my head down on the table and my eyes don't shut. The black knowledge slithers its way from those stained pages and into my brain, and now it grips my eyelids, forcing them wide. The diner is sideways. I'm like this for a few minutes. Then there's someone else standing sideways in front of me. That man in his coat, his face in a dark red mask, sleep-deprived. Tired, buddy? I nod. The table is cold against my numb face. I think we can help each other. He reaches towards my face, laying a hand upon my cheek. There's a flicker of feeling, of warmth that cuts through the fog that swallowed up my head for days. As he withdraws his hand, I see a strip of ragged flesh in it, which he brings to his face. Ooh. When he lifts his hand against the flesh is gone. Thanks, buddy. Might take a rest. I nod. The table is cold against my face, and as if I finish nodding, he turns my head roughly and grabs at it, pulling away another strip of red. There's feeling. The tiredness becomes more pronounced. He doesn't ask anymore, just takes. Each time his hand comes down, a little part of me leaves. But at that point, I don't care, I don't much care. Take it all. I'd like to rest. The table has turned red, like the seats around us. This is weird. This is weird. Time passes. Feelings gone. Sleep. The man in the coat takes down his collar and I see my face looking down at me. Whew. Tired, he reaches down into my pocket, fishes out my keys. Rest easy, buddy, he says. And something else that I don't hear. He's gone. It all is. That is weird as heck. Okay, that's just weird. That's just weird. Trash again, freaking. Ugh. Would you stop it with this freaking trash? Thank you. Sir? Yeah, that was just weird. That was just weird. Okay. What is that? Okay. I'm just gonna have nightmares from that story now. That was such a creepy story. Okay, that creature's not here, whatever it was. Pretty sure there are nothing in these at all. I don't even want to check. Something about this plant feels wrong, I'd say. Something feels very wrong about that plant. At least when we look outside, it's not like black out there. You know, there's a little something out there. The same chair from earlier, isn't it? It is, indeed. More trash? You serious? What is this? A mouse. You fat little mouse. Oh, is that a book for ants? Look, it's a book for ants, guys. It's a book for ants. Where do you work out? At the library? The ants work out at the ant hole. That is where the ants work out. At the ant hole. Thank you. You piece of crap. Get the frick in there. Thank you. That better be all the trash. I can't help but feel... Okay, so this is in red and this is all underlined. So this must be important. Maybe this opens up the chest thing. Okay. I can't help but feel as if I stand before the precipice of some terrible reality. Left one room only to come right back in. Shame there's no place to go but straight ahead. I've hidden a few tools in this room. Okay, so we did get the screwdriver in case the path ahead isn't what I hoped for. If they're not here anymore, the good news, the path ahead, at least immediately, is probably safe. Zero chance of any hostile entities. If they're still there, well, I hope they're useful to you. You're going to need all the help you can get. Okay, well that does not help us with the password. Let me in. I'm about to say, is that more garbage? Any more garbage in here? I want to throw away all the garbage. Not looking any better. Indeed. At least we can't read all these books. Imagine if we had to read all these books. That would be an absolute nightmare. Well, we got the tool there. Not working. Oh. You've got to be joking, kidding me with this garbage. I'm glad I saw that. This better be the last piece of garbage. You piece of garbage. Are you for real right now? That was nice. That was nice. So figuring out this password... Oh, wait a second. There's a camera over here. It's watching us. Camera's watching our every move. So we are not... Wow, okay. That's terrible. Terrible. So for this password... I know what the number is. I'm just gonna spoil it. I know what the number is, but I don't know how to unlock it. I don't know where you figure out where the password is. I think we've looked everywhere. Make sure there's no more trash anywhere. Any more garbage? Does not appear to be. Okay, so yeah. Oh, that actually gave us a hint. This room makes me wish I had someone to vent to. Remember we opened up the vent? Okay, so I don't know how to figure out the password for this. I'm about to just put in the number. Even though that is technically like cheating because I did not I don't know. Unless we just listen to this. What if that is the solution? Just listen to this for a moment. I don't think that's going to be it. No. But yeah, I don't have a clue about the password. I've not seen any indication of any sort of numbers throughout any of this unless we supposed to count something. But again, if I look here, well, this was not knocked down before. That was not knocked down before. That's interesting. Yeah, so I don't know. And I don't know if it has anything to do with this story at all. It might have something to do with this story. I don't have a clue, really. But I don't see any numbers in here. Okay, well, I guess I'll just put in the password, even though I'm kind of, you know, not knowing how to actually find it. It is 4102. Lockpick, thank you.
We've given you chances. Ample warning. You proceed, we threaten. Continue on your current path, and they will find nothing left of your head. We swear it. For the last and final time, go back from whence you came.
Dude, why don't you want me here? Because I cheated on the puzzle? Is that why? Are you mad at me because I cheated? He's mad at me because I cheated. Again, I don't have a clue how you find that out, but 4102, that was it. Yeah. Well, this is definitely going to be a multi-part game. Probably just the two parts, because we are closing in on time now, it looks like. Okay, there actually is something else here I must have missed. I'm seeing from a video. Let's take a look. Even though I already got the lockpick, but... Let's see. How does this person... I'm curious. Okay, so it is definitely from this note. So this is where you would figure it out. So this is... Okay, this is what we have to do. Stand... Okay. This is it. Okay, we figured it out. We figured it out now. 4102. I can't help but feel as if I stand before left 1. Okay, if there are 0 chance of a hostile entities, 410, and then it'd be 2. It's still here, but I hope useful to you. That's how hard that was. That's how hard that is. So that is the gist of the puzzles in this game. So that is what you would have to do in order to actually go past. Time to put my amateur lockpicking skills to the test. Got it. I think this is a good place to stop. What again? I thought I just went outside. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. So now we're entering the creepy territory. So next time we're probably going to be finishing this game, going through the rest of it here, seeing what other mysteries await as we clean up more trash, hopefully. So we'll see you next time. Or whatever this game is going to show us next.